The Kings River Flood of 2017, narrative presented by McLamb. The Kings River runs through the southern tip of California, and the Kings River Basin allows water to flow off the mountain and into the Kings River. Historically, the Kings River flooded nearly 2 times every year, once in the winter right after heavy rains, and once in the spring because of snowpack melt on the mountains. To mitigate flooding, Pine Dam was built in 1954, and a series of levees were built in following years. These new additions along the Kings River allowed controlling and redirection of the high waters that once led to catastrophic flooding. But one time in 2017, even these additions couldn't hold back the water. And we are talking about late June of 2017. And California's temperatures were soaring, reaching heights not normally seen at this time. This was causing snowcaps on the top of mountains to melt. The snowpack was melting in such remote places and at such a quick rate that flood management officials couldn't keep track or predict the amount of water that was coming. And then on June 24th, 2017, a lightning strike in the Sequoia National Forest led to a wildfire that allowed more snowmelt, and ultimately, which led to the flooding of the Kings River. For 8 consecutive days, temperatures had exceeded 100 degrees, and the snowpack melt added so much water to the Kings River that the Pine Flat was almost at capacity, and eventually a levee near Kingsburg breached. So this is a video of the Kings River flood. As you can see, the water that is on the screen is in residential and commercial areas rather than in the river where it's supposed to be. "90 residents and homes along the Kings River were displaced, and the golf court was 10 feet underwater, and over 300 people had to evacuate. In response to flooding events, people in the Kings River Basin are doing preventative maintenance, such as having year-round maintenance, in which crews control weeds and brush along levee banks, cleared down trees from water channels, and they check for slowing, erosion, and boils on levee banks, along with removing debris. Water flowing in and out of the Pine Flat Dam is measured by Army Corps of Engineers. If there is a high chance of flooding, officials let locals know to put sandbags around the doors and use other preventative measures to stay safe from the flood. Flooding incidents are only going to increase as global temperatures rise and the snowpack continues to melt. The people of Kings River Basin now must be prepared for what is to come by monitoring and implementing preventative maintenance strategies.